Okay, guys, we are back, and this is probably part 2 of the stromboli video. The first part, I ran out of time and didn't see that coming. So I went ahead and this is the dough. Kenz, can you move that down so you can see the dough? I went ahead and started rolling it out. Now, one thing with a yeast dough to keep in mind, it's not a pie crust, it's not cookie dough. Move that over a little bit.
Does it taste good?
Not that it doesn't taste good, but if you say you start, and this happens frequently, and people are mad about the direction that it's going. Oh, I got a tear. You can't start over. You can't like rip it in half and start over. If you think of it like a band, that's kind of how that works too. Okay, so I'm going to make our green sauce, which is a pesto. All right, so we're going to start with our egg. I always start with the egg. That way I can use my bowl and I can put my ingredients right in it, right in the same bowl. If you have a pesto sauce, you could just use that, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to make ours. A lot of people are like, oh my gosh, that looks gross. I'm not putting that green stuff on there, but I can promise you the green stuff is actually what makes it taste really good. The green sauce, the pesto is what makes a stromboli a stromboli. A true pesto will have pine nuts. We don't have those. Let me scoop this up a little bit. So it's okay. I think I just paused you on accident, but that's okay. All right. So I went ahead and washed my hands again because I did touch the raw egg. For this, we use a tablespoon of oregano. I don't know if I can scoop. Oh, good. I can't scoop that up. With our egg, and I'm going to do this on the counter. And then, can you grab the Parmesan cheese out for me, please? We're going to go ahead and use olive oil for this one. We're going to use a half a teaspoon of garlic powder. Thank you. Go ahead and take this off. Actually, I'll measure with that bowl. And then we're going to use a half a teaspoon of pepper, black pepper. Kenz, check the recipe for me. It's on my phone under Google Docs because I believe it's 1 tablespoon of Parmesan cheese. But I just want to double check. Good question. You can tell it's getting later in the day. I think everybody's a little bit tired trying to figure it out. Plus, I don't know about you guys, but somebody is always stealing my phone anytime I turn around.
Caroline had it.
There we go. Okay.
Green
So I'm going to use,
one
go to
egg
Google Docs.
Beaten.
Okay.
A half a teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of oregano, and then half a teaspoon of pepper.
1 Parmesan cheese, 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Okay. So you could use vegetable oil for this if you don't have olive oil. I do like olive oil, and we have some, so I'm going to go ahead and use it. Then,
can I mix it?
Yep, you can mix. Well, you touch my phone. All right, you know what? You can help spread this out. Okay, so as we're mixing this, you'll kind of see this doesn't look super good. It actually looks good. And you could not eat this raw. So a lot of times people are like, well, can I try it? No, you cannot try it because it has raw egg in it. So I'm going to spread this. I'll move my camera down. Move this over a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to spread this all over. Grab a rubber bowl scraper, Kenz, please. And then we're going to spread this out. If you have a pastry brush, this would be a good use for a pastry brush. I do not, because like I've said several times, I'm not usually like a pastry chef. I don't always do things really pretty. So then Kenz is just going to spread this out, and she's going to go all the way with your green sauce. You do want to go all the way edge to edge. Okay, so I had mentioned toppings. You can choose the toppings that you want to use. The toppings that we always seem to kind of be our go-tos are ham, pepperoni. Here, let me just real quick. Our ham and pepperoni. See how we're just kind of, if we use the flat side of this, and go ahead. And I will even tell students in school, if you want to use the back side of a spoon, you could even do that, okay? So you can see it's super thin. Now, one thing that you might not necessarily be able to see right now is how large this dough is. A lot of times, people think, how much is this going to make? It is a ton, all right? It makes a very, very, very large amount. So it's up to you. Whatever toppings you want to use. I'm going to go over how we put the toppings on and kind of give you a couple of hints. Just see if I can. And if you can see this, you see how thin this green sauce is. It is so flavorful. This is what makes it really good. And we are going to go edge to edge. We are not going to go edge to edge with our toppings. Okay. And you'll kind of see that. I can put that in there. Now, nope. We start with the provolone. And we're going to start in the center row. Can you move that a little bit, honey, so they can see? There we go. Okay. So we're going to start in the center row. And if you're thinking about how we're going to roll this up, these can touch, but they do not need to overlap. Okay. And we're going to go ahead, put it all on this side.
This side?
Go ahead. Just put it however you want. All right. So while she's doing that, I'm going to show you, if you need some more, you can grab it. You don't want the ham to overlap. It is a lunch meat. Pepperoni is the same. It's a deli meat, which means it is preserved, so it will become greasy. So you kind of want to think about that as you're putting it on. You can use regular pepperonis. We love deli pepperonis. We were pretty sad. Yeah, I'd go ahead and put some more on there. Anywhere, and you'll watch how I kind of do this. Say you have people, only half of your people, do not overlap them. Nope, just, you can overlap it with the cheese.
Okay.
There you go. Yep. If some of your people, and like over here, you can put the ham on top of the pepperoni. Okay. Maybe only half of your people want pepperoni. So this is how you're going to do it. Okay. As soon as I come over here, like this, now everybody that eats the stromboli is going to be getting pepperoni, even if not everybody wanted the pepperoni. Okay. So, which in our house, everybody likes pepperoni. And sorry about that. You can overlap lunch meats. I guess I did say that. That was kind of confusing. But you just don't want to do like pepperoni on pepperoni, ham on top of ham. Okay. But you do want to make sure that you have it covered. All right. Looks pretty good. Then last, we're going to add our cheese. Usually it's about 2 cups of cheese. Yes, that bag was empty.
Yeah.
What did you say?
Yeah, it was almost empty.
We're going to open this bag. And I'm not going to stick my hand in the bag because I was touching the lunch meat, even though it's just one of those things. Okay. So I'm just going to sprinkle the cheese. And I don't want too much cheese because when I roll this up, I don't want to lose it. Also noticing when I'm not going all the way, you want to sit there, I'm not going all the way to the edge. Okay. I don't want to touch the camera, but can you move it so they can see? Oops. Yeah. Okay. When you go to roll it up, so I've got this edge. It's kind of a rectangle. I've got this straight edge. These are my small sides, and then another long side over there. When I roll it up, I'm just going to start, and you have to roll it really tight. It's okay. If you get a little bit of a cut, go ahead. Just roll it real tight. And see how it's not sticking to the counter? Remember all the extra flour that I spilled that was pretty messy? That's coming in handy. Okay, so we just roll it. Keep it kind of tuck tight. You can tuck your edges in as you go. Some people don't really like the edge because it's kind of like a plain crust. Not a whole lot of flavor there. And then we're just going to pull that up and we're going to tuck it. Then we're going to take our pan. We're going to spray our pan. We're going to set this, even though, see how big it is? It doesn't look like it wants to fit. We're going to set that on there, okay? We're going to take a serrated knife, a bread knife, hopefully. There we go, perfect. And we're going to cut slits. You want to cut through the top layer or layers of dough so that it will bake all the way through. We're going to put this in. You have to cover it. We're going to cover it with aluminum foil. You don't have to press it down. All we're really doing, and one thing that's kind of easy here, we're going to spray the foil and I'm going to set that on there, okay? When I set that on there, because I'm going to have to end up pulling that off again after it bakes for a little bit. This takes 25 minutes to bake. 15 minutes with the foil, take the foil off, and another 10 minutes. So if we're 25 for 25 minutes, 15 minutes with foil, 10 minutes without. I will take a picture. Sometimes if I remember, honestly, it's just if I remember, I will take a little bit of butter and spread some butter on it just to kind of help that crisp up at the end. But that's honestly just if I remember. So, okay, I hope you guys are doing well and staying happy and healthy and safe, and I cannot wait to see you. Bye, guys.